Officers are called to a flooded ford following reports of a woman stuck in her car. Upon arrival, the car is already 10 metres downstream and is submerged in deep water.
Police emergency.
I'm floating down a river and my car's filling up with water.
When we first got there, we were faced with the car like nose down in the water, and she was struggling to keep her head above the water, really, so in her car.
Quickly grabbed a glass hammer from our car, went across, and then we could see the predicament that the lady was in, with the vehicle sort of almost completely submerged and with very little air left in the vehicle at all.
We can't wait for anything else or to turn up, and so we've got to get in. If we don't, then there was potential she was going to lose her life.
The second your feet were on that embankment, you were slipping. So we were sort of all trying to keep each other up and keep each other safe, but at the same time, our aim was obviously to get that lady out of the car.
And so it was Tom's baton that actually eventually broke the windows. So I basically sort of grabbed hold of Tom so that he could get a decent swing, because we were sinking in the brook.
You know, ultimately, if there was just one of us there, I think we would have been in a lot more danger than if there being 6 or 7 of us forming this sort of chain.
I think Tom and I would have probably struggled between us to get her up onto the bank, just because it was so unstable. The car was unstable. There was so much water rushing past us. But yeah, to be able to have some assistance from the bank side was fairly crucial, really.
At the end of it, we had to ask to be pulled out ourselves because we were struggling to climb back out the banking once we got her out the car. By the time we got her out, the water was on the roof of the car, and where her head was, she'd have been underwater.
Things could have been different, but thankfully they weren't. So you hear it all the time, don't you, about people doing their jobs. We were doing our jobs, and when we'd been and dried off, I think we went up to Birmingham and did something, and then came back down and dealt with a dangerous dog. It's just that's there you go. That's day in the life.
We knew what we had to do as soon as we saw her. It's a great feeling. It is a good feeling knowing that she is well, she is alive, because of the actions of the officers on that day.
She sent us all a letter individually and thanked us. And when things like that happen, you sit back and you go, wow, maybe we did do something good.